Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the glorious universe where Swedish engineering decided that normal campervans were simply too emotionally stable and needed more existential crisis on wheels. Today we're talking about a machine so rare it makes unicorns look mass-produced. The 1949 Saab 92H campervan prototype. Yes, a Saab. Yes, a campervan. Yes, someone looked at a compact saloon and said, let's move into it permanently. If you enjoy weird, forgotten automotive experiments, consider subscribing to our channel. We dig up machines that even their own engineers probably pretended never existed after lunch breaks. Now, let's roll into a story where Scandinavian practicality meets forest survival improvisation and just a hint of what were they thinking. The 1949 Saab 92H and its sibling 92K trace their roots to early 1960s experimental campervan development at AB Biltjanst under the direction of Torsten Johannesson. The idea was simple in theory: take the already compact Saab 92 saloon platform and transform it into a mobile living space for a new kind of post-war traveler. Someone who wanted freedom, but also didn't want to sleep in a tent that collapses every time the wind gets emotionally unstable. The historical context matters here. Post-war Europe was rebuilding, economies were cautious, and people were suddenly dreaming about mobility without luxury budgets. The automotive industry responded with compact, efficient platforms, and Saab, already known for aviation-inspired thinking, decided to explore what happens if you take small car logic and stretch it into mobile cabin lifestyle. The earliest prototype, the 92H, was, let's call it, optimistically underpowered. It was based on the Saab 92 saloon and used a two-cylinder, air-cooled, two-stroke 764 cubic centimeters engine producing around 25 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. Now 25 horsepower might sound adorable today, like a lawn toy with ambition. But in this context, it was expected to move a fully loaded camper body. That's less road trip and more slow philosophical journey. Engineers quickly realized that 25 horsepower was not enough to convince gravity to cooperate, especially with a camper body attached. So development continued and the platform evolved into more ambitious configurations. Others reportedly explored a Ford VC each NC by 24 cubic centimeters unit producing around 1,000 horsepower, sourced from the Saab 92. This wasn't just tuning, it was full personality reconstruction. Mechanically, the Saab 92H retained the compact front-gen engine, front-gen wheel-gen drive layout typical of early sub-engineering philosophy. That mattered because it gave the prototype surprisingly good traction for its size, especially on uneven Scandinavian terrain. Suspension and braking systems were derived from the base Saab 92 architecture, meaning it was designed more for efficiency and control than comfort or long-haul luxury. Think precise and disciplined rather than cushioned and relaxing. In terms of structure, the camper conversion was minimalist, but innovative. Instead of building a heavy recreational body, engineers worked within tight weight constraints. Dimensions stayed close to the original Saab 92 footprint, meaning it was still a very small vehicle by camper standards. That compactness was both its strength and its limitation. It could access tight roads and remote areas, but it also meant interior space was, let's say, cozy enough to learn everyone's breathing patterns in detail. The Saab 92H carries the same design DNA as the Saab 92 saloon, compact, aerodynamic, and obsessed with efficiency over comfort. The camper conversion philosophy was brutally simple: keep weight low, keep lines clean, and pretend you don't need standing space. Everything was built around the idea of functional minimal survival living, where every centimeter had to justify its existence like it was paying rent. The result was not luxury but disciplined mobility, a rolling cabin that felt more like a technical sketch than a finished product. We have to be honest with ourselves. This is not just a camper prototype. This is Swedish engineering trying to meditate while building furniture on a moving chassis. In the early 1960s experimental camper scene, most manufacturers were chasing larger, heavier recreational vehicles built on truck or van platforms. Against that background, the Saab 92H looked almost rebellious. While others built holiday houses on wheels, Saab tried to build a thinking person's microcabin. Compared to contemporaries, it was underpowered, smaller, and far more experimental, but also radically more efficient in concept. It wasn't competing on comfort, it was competing on imagination. Most buyers never saw it because it never truly entered the market. It existed in prototype territory while rivals were already selling full camper conversions in small but real numbers. The 1949 Saab 92H stands today as a reminder that innovation doesn't always mean success in production terms. Sometimes it means building something so unusual that it survives only as an idea in motion. With only two known units, 92H and 92K, it sits in the rare category of almost forgotten but impossible to ignore machine. It represents a moment when engineers believed even a tiny saloon could become a home. If you were brave enough or slightly sleep-deprived enough to try. And honestly, if modern politicians designed campervans, they would still somehow manage to argue about parking regulations instead of horsepower. Timmy once said he could improve it with a hammock system and optimism, while Bob immediately asked if it was broadcasting secret signals to the trees. If you ever find a Saab 92H in the wild, don't panic. It's probably just thinking about its life choices again. Offer it a quiet road, cheap fuel, and maybe avoid letting Timmy near the interior wiring. He once tried to upgrade a toaster into a navigation system, so we're not taking risks. Huge thanks to our channel sponsors, the brave subscribers who financially support this madness of forgotten machines and questionable humor. Without you, we'd probably just be explaining cars to Timmy in a parking lot while Bob checks for alien tracking devices. Stay curious, stay weird, and remember, if your camper doesn't occasionally confuse you, it's probably not Swedish enough.